I've seen things in this business that would make your skin crawl. You know, the world of espionage isn't all martinis and fancy gadgets. It's a dark, twisted game where the lines between right and wrong blur into a murky gray. And sometimes the most innocuous things become weapons. Today, we're diving into a method so insidious, so horrifyingly mundane, that it'll make you think twice before ever calling 911 again. It starts with a phone call. Just a simple 911 dispatch, right? Wrong. In this game, even the most basic systems can be infiltrated, turned against us. You've got some poor schmuck, probably an agent who's outlived his usefulness, and suddenly there's a welfare check called in on him. But here's the kicker. That call? It's not going to your friendly neighborhood EMTs. That call? It's not going to your friendly neighborhood EMTs. No, this call is being rerouted to a special unit. A team that's been waiting in the shadows, ready to pounce. They've got an ambulance, sure. Looks just like the real deal. But inside, it's a rolling death trap, custom built for one purpose: elimination. So the target? He's sitting there, maybe feeling a little under the weather, when the doorbell rings. And there they are. Two paramedics, looking every bit as professional as you'd expect. Crisp uniforms, calm demeanor. Works. They smile, they reassure. Just a routine check, they say. And why wouldn't you believe them? They're the good guys, right? But that's the genius of it all. The best lies, the most effective deceptions, they're wrapped in a blanket of truth. These aren't just some thugs in costume. No, these are highly trained operatives. Now, this is where it gets... Christ, it's chilling. The ride, you see, it's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's a carefully orchestrated dance of manipulation. These paramedics, they start asking questions. Subtle at first. How are you feeling? Any stress lately? And all the while they're watching, assessing. They might mention the target's elevated heart rate, plant the seed that something might be wrong. And then, well, then they start building trust. Offering to help the target relax. This is no normal machine. We're talking 4,000 to 8,000 joules. Suddenly, there's an emergency. The target's heart is acting up, they say. And before the poor bastard can even process what's happening, they're pulling out that defibrillator. The first shock hits and... Jesus, I can't even imagine the pain. The body convulses, the heart goes haywire. And they don't stop at one. No, they hit the target again and again. Each time, they're claiming it's to stabilize the heart. So now you've got a dead body in the back of this fake ambulance. They rush in, shouting medical jargon, playing the part of the desperate paramedics who tried everything to save their patient. And in all that chaos, in all that confusion, they simply disappear. By the time anyone realizes something's off, these paramedics are long gone. Just a body with all the signs of a massive heart attack. Now, you might be thinking this is all some wild conspiracy theory. But let me tell you, the rabbit hole goes deep. I've talked to experts in espionage, people who've been in the game for decades. They talk about inconsistencies in autopsy reports, about deaths that look natural but just don't sit right. And the retired spies, the whistleblowers, Christ, the stories they tell would keep you up at night. Because this silent pulse method, it's just the tip of the iceberg. To really drive home how this works, we've recreated the scenario. Every detail, from the initial call to the final moments, meticulously reproduced. And let me tell you, watching it play out, it's gut-wrenching. You see the subtle manipulations, the way trust is built and then betrayed. The claustrophobia of that ambulance, the growing sense of unease. Let's break down the science for a moment. A defibrillator in the right hand saves lives. But like any tool, it can be perverted, turned into a weapon. The human heart is a delicate thing, you know? It operates on precise electrical impulses. Disrupt that rhythm with enough force, and... well, you get the picture. This isn't just about one method or one agency. It's about a whole shadow world that exists right under our noses. Think about it. How many other seemingly routine procedures could be weaponized? How many deaths have been written off as natural causes that were anything but? It's a rabbit hole that goes deep, and the further down you go, the darker it gets. As we wrap this up, I want you to remember something. The world we've explored today, it's not some far-fetched fantasy. It's a dark reflection of reality, a glimpse into the shadows that exist in the corners of our society. The next time you see an ambulance drive by, or hear about an unexpected death, well, maybe you'll think twice about what's really going on. Because in this world, the line between savior and executioner, it's thinner than you might think.